You're nearly at the end, almost there. So this is our last video for library research for ASLS 515. So welcome back once again, last time. So let's talk about what we're doing today. We're going to identify resources at the university libraries that can help you with APA, which is the joy of everyone's life. Learn how to set up an account with RefWorks, figure out what SAGE research methods can do for you, and start an APA-style central paper. All right, let's go. So we start back at the library's homepage, at the UNCO homepage, but we can get to the library's homepage really easily, and you remember this now, academics to library, library homepage to research guides to health sciences, and health sciences to audiology and speech language sciences. So I want to talk to you today about the APA stuff. So I'm going to skip over all this other stuff and go right to APA citation styles in RefWorks. So what's here? If you ended up learning APA like I did, which was basically brute force, you had to learn it, you may prefer to still do it that way. I actually find it more efficient than having to proofread the computer tools that do it, because they always make mistakes, so you've always got to proofread really closely. So it's easier for me to just create it and know I did it right from the beginning. If you are that kind of person, this guide may help. So it'll show you how to do a title page, format and headings, text citations, and reference citations. So all that information is here. There's a lot of information on this guide. So if you're looking to do a journal article, we've got examples of an article with no DO or with a DOI, an electronic journal article with no DOI, a journal article print with DOI, and a journal article print with no DOI. So those are kind of all the possibilities that are covered. So you can choose which one you've got the information for and go for it. Now, if you like to use tools to help support your APA style, we've got those for you. There's nothing wrong with using them. That's why we have them. What we have are really good. Just always remember they're not perfect. So RefWorks is the first tool that I want to talk to you about. It's a citation management tool, it's an organization tool, and it's a collaboration tool. So I really like it for the organization because I can upload all my PDFs there and have all my PDFs in the same place. So I have an external hard drive. Sometimes I email articles to me. I have a couple computers. So where I saved an article can be kind of confusing sometimes. So now I just save an article and I immediately upload it to RefWorks. So I want to open my RefWorks account. I was in here a little while ago, so it goes straight there. The first time you do this, you're going to end up signing in, which is not a big deal. Just know that when you set up your account, it is going to send the authentication email to your junk or spam mail. It does that 99% of the time. So if it doesn't for you, you're really special. But for everybody else, go to your junk or spam file because you'll find that authentication email and you have to have that to sign up. So I'm going to go to my folders. So let's say I'm working on a paper on nutrition and vitamin D in pregnancy. None of these articles, actually a few of them are on that topic, but most of them aren't. So I've got that open and now I go start doing some searching. And while I'm searching, I find this article about vital signs, noise-induced hearing loss among adults. I'm going to download that PDF. I'm going to save it. It's going to save to my download file, and I may have just saved that twice. We will see. And I'm going to go back to RefWorks. I'm going to hit this plus sign, and I want to upload a document. And it automatically went to my downloads. I did download that twice. I'm going to choose either one of them and upload it. So look at the title. It's an abbreviated title. And it's trying to read it and prepare it. And as it reads it, it's trying to read the metadata or the information that's attached to the article that automatically puts all this information in. So it automatically put in the title for me, the authors, date of publication, and so on, which is a really, really nice feature. So it's taking a while to extract the full text. So let me just show you what it looks like with one of these other that it's already done. So here's my article. I can read it. I can actually take notes in here. So let me go down to the next page, which is still coming up. All right, so I can start reading here. So I can take notes and actually write my notes in here. I can add people to my folder so they can see my articles and my notes, or they can make notes as well. And then this little button, come on. It's been a little weird, I'm not sure, because you want it all the way over here so that you can proofread your title, your authors. And I've already proofread with this, so I know it's the right date, right volume, issue, page numbers, DOI is there. So this one's good. So I'm just going to save that. Or not. And now I'm going to go back to my folder. So let's say I'm done now. I've collected, I have no idea what that was about. I've collected all my references. I'm ready to start writing. So I'm going to go ahead and create my bibliography, because once I have my bibliography created, I can make my text citations, because I need the information from here to create text citations. So once you've selected everything you want, you're going to go to the little quote signs, create bibliography. Now it remembers I like APA citation style, but you can choose from a myriad of citation styles, including if you're trying to get a journal article published and you want to see if a specific journal is in there, it may well be in there. But we want APA. Let's make that a little bit bigger. So here we've got the authors, and then first initials, year of publication, title of the article, title of the journal, which looks wrong because international shouldn't be international, and then L on a different line. So we'll have to fix that. The title of the journal is italicized, as is the volume, issues in parens. Now this is a problem as well. So a couple things I need to fix, because the 44 is only the first page of the article, and in APA you give inclusive page numbers. Like this one is 200 to 210. So I need to find out what page this ends on. And then it gives me the DOI. So it does a fairly decent job. So that's RefWorks, so you can save stuff there, keep organized, keep folders, whatever works for you. It allows you to collaborate, and it does a pretty good job on creating your reference list, though again, you always have to proofread. So I'm going to leave that open for now. So what other tools do we have for you? Well, there's one called Sage Research Methods. I do not have it linked here yet. It's not brand new, but it's fairly new to us. So I'm going to go back to the library's homepage. Go to Databases A to Z, click on S for Sage, and click on Sage Research Methods to open it. So what is Sage Research Methods? It's a couple of different things. It is a huge compendium of information on all types of research methods. So it's got statistical information, it's got methodological approaches, it's got research tools. So let's take a look. So let's say I'm working on the possibility that I might be working with an ANOVA, a statistical test that I'm doing. So what have we got here if we want to look at ANOVAs? We've got like 1,400 book entries. We've got references, journal articles, data sets. So if we want to play around and run some ANOVAs. We've got case studies that show me when ANOVAs are appropriate to use. We've got videos. Let's for a second look at just the videos. And we've got an introduction to ANOVA, so some tutorials, unconditional ANOVA model and overall F-test ANOVA. So there's videos that I can watch to educate myself as well as readings to do. I can play with data sets. And I can look at those case studies. The case studies are actually really helpful. But then there's also these research tools. So what about the research tools? The method map is not something I know a lot about, so I'm going to leave that up to you to explore right now. I'm not really in love with the reading list because I have my own way of doing reading lists. But the project planner and the which stats test are really quite useful. So the project planner takes you beginning to end of a research project. So if you don't know a lot about IRBs, it'll take you through that information and make sure that you've got that completed before you go on to the next step. What is researcher bias? So you can go through that lesson. So it'll kind of take you step by step through the experimental scientific research process. Now the other one is which stats test. So this will take you through a series of questions about what data you have and help you determine which statistical test is useful. So is it chi-squared? Is it a t-test? What is it that you need? So explore staged research methods when you have some time. It can be really helpful. So if you're starting to think about methodological approaches to your research, staged research methods is where to be. If you're taking a stats class and you need a little help on the ANOVAs and the MANOVAs and the t-tests and the chi-squared and the p-values and all of those things, this is a great place to come. All right. So one last tool that I want to show you is called APA Styles Central. And if you go to the APA guide and go to more APA resources, it's the first one listed. So APA Styles Central. There's too much to show again, so here's the highlights. There's a learning section where they've got quick guides you can read through, tutorials that they'll walk you through step by step, self-quizzes where you can quiz yourself on how well you're doing, and sample papers to look at. You can also write an article. So let's say I'm going to start a new paper, and I'm going to choose an empirical paper. I'm going to use the professional manuscript. You can look at both of those and see which one is more appropriate to you. Let's just call it Trial by Fire, APA Style Central. I don't know, making stuff up on the fly. Start writing. So what it does, because I chose empirical paper, it's creating the body for me. And there's lots of good help videos there, so that's something to use. So it automatically puts in a section for introduction, one for method, one for results, one for discussion. Now I can go ahead and add another one because in my paper I want a separate conclusion from the discussion, and it'll put it right in there and put it in the right place. So let's start with our title page. I already put my title in, so I need the running head, which is, let's just say APA Fire. Now I'm going to put in my author information. So now it's got everything it needs for that page. I'm going to come back up here and go back to my body. And let's bring in some information. Sorry, I'm just going to quickly copy some text. And I'm going to put it in here. And let's go ahead. Sorry, this is going to take just a second, but it really gives you an idea of what the final product looks like and how well it formats everything so that you don't have to mess around with that. Again, this may not be something you want, but at least now you'll know about it. Come on, where's my next? There it is. All right, so get rid of that extra space. I'm going to copy that again. And we're just going to use this for all of our sections. So I'm going to start typing my methodology, then my results, my discussion, and my conclusion. All right. What I haven't done yet is cite anything. So it just told me it saved this, which is great. So I've already got this saved. So I'm going to go back to my research, because this is where you're going to put in references. So I want to add references.